so much for joining us for another edition of the Bloody Legends with Jai, that Aussie metal guy, and Jim Taylor, brought to you by crank.com. Make sure you're a bloody legend and hit that like and subscribe. Here we go. Get ready for another edition of the Bloody Legends with myself and Jim Taylor and my good friends Wagner and Matt Hanchuck, who has to be definitely the most regular guest on my show and is welcome any bloody time. Good friend, great musician. Good to catch up with him, talk about all things Rectify, catch up with Wags, who sings as well, see what he's up to with his solo stuff. Will be a pretty loose edition, but guys, it's really, really good to catch up with you.
Thanks for having us.
Brothers, this is awesome, dude. Now I have to say, this is new to me as well. I feel like we should tee this off too. So Jai and I now officially own crank.com.
Well, good for you guys.
Include, brother, you would not this clan, I don't know what the hell you call it, would not exist without guys like you. And we want to show the world heavy music. Whatever you need to do,
one of those things
is right there.
These guys, man. So what has been happening, Matt? What's been happening with Rectify, dude? Last time I chat with you, man, like we're all set with Dissecting the Leech. Everything was rolling along. We're looking forward to the release. And we're fucking still waiting, bro. And I know this is like kind of gut-wrenching for you and annoying you because I know what a motivated, hard-driven person you are from all the times I've spoken with you and anyone that knows you. How's that going, man? How's the things going there with Rectify, bro?
Well, it's one of those things, careful what you wish for, right? And I was really, when we signed that 10-year deal, based on the strength of the back catalog with Massacre and then the multi-album 10-year deal, like with 3 records over 10 years, like I said, careful what you wish for. Like it looked like things were aligning for us. It was like the envelope was pushing further and further. We were getting a more distribution with regards to that label, a better platform for us, potential for tour support and all that good stuff. And then what happens is you have no more control over release dates anymore and product. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't tell you when the release actually is definitively. But here's the thing with all this, man. It's like I always look for a silver lining and stuff. So I took it upon myself to just, since we're not having to worry about doing a one-off show somewhere to promote something now, to endorse the record, for Massacre Records and all that stuff. I'm just going to put all my energy into continuing writing. And that's exactly what I did. And so Rise of the Vigilante was written, became the first concept record. And then, Wags, he's like the easiest guy for me to work with because I just got to say, I'll say, that's it, man. We're not going to do anything for a while. And he said, all right, then fine. And then he'll be busy doing his stuff and he'll send me his stuff. And then all of a sudden, I don't know why, but I get this spark of mine under my ass again. And it's like, hey, Wags, I'm going to start writing the next Rectify album. Send me the track. It's like that easy. It's that easy. So, and I know that he's always seasoned. His vocals he doesn't have to fine tune them. He's always ready to go. You know what I mean? Like,
sir,
you'll have to talk to him about when he's happy with his takes. But at the end of the day, like he doesn't need 6 weeks to prepare for sessions. He's good to go.
Right.
You follow me? So, yeah. So
well,
anyways, the opportunities that present themselves now may not present themselves down the road where Wags and I have the ability to write at such a frantic pace. Life happens, right? And so yeah, I mean at the end, so yeah, it is what it is. Do I want the world to hear these records? Absolutely. But I think I made it clear online that this is what we do. We're a metal machine, Wags and I, man. We're a team, and it really wouldn't be that hard to conceive of another Rectify album. So the idea now is I think we're going to release Hybridized on our own this year.
Yep.
I think through my own label, Knuckle Duster Records, which is what the vehicle I used to put out the last Scudder Creek record. thanks to the face, which ended up charting on US radio for, I think it was 9 weeks or something. We got like really fortunate for an independent record, you know. So why not use that same platform to put a Rectify album out and appease the fans? Because, you know, albeit at a cult level, I do get a lot of messages about, you know, what's going on with this record. There's a lot of stir for it, you know, and that's great. But I can't offer it to them because I've already surrendered that album contractually to Massacre. So they hold, you know, they hold the the proverbial carrot, you know, dangling it in front of the, you know, the audience there. So we have no control over that. So Hybridized hasn't left my hard drive yet. It's ours. So you know what I mean? And like I said, contractually, we'll still owe that third album. Fine, we could do another record. You know, that's not an issue.
Right.
So anyway, it's all good, man. And having said that, if this wouldn't have happened, this really would have been the last Rectify album. But because if we're going to do this on our own, we still are contractually bound, which is going to compel us to have an 8th record then. So whatever, it's all good for everyone. Let Wags talk about that.
Yeah, have you got your mic there, Wags?
I was going to say there,
yeah.
I
may or may not. No, you might check your mic cord there, Wags. We will have you momentarily in a second there. I have heard some. I may or may not have heard some of the Dissecting the Leech, and it's really, it is really good. Listen, kind of, mate. So it must be, you know what I mean. It must be good to kind of get that out. But having this kind of happen to you, as you said, it's kind of made just kind of go, oh, well, we got to have this album out at this time and let's fucking do the Hybridized one. And the way you and Wags work together, it kind of must, I don't know, keep you motivated, as you said, hearing the stuff Wags is doing, helping out there, and then doing the Gutter Creek stuff. There's obviously stuff that you're making, because I know that you're going, man, this is Rectify stuff. This has to be done with Rectify as well.
Is that for me?
Yeah. Yeah, we're still waiting on Wags.
Yeah. And the thing with Wags too is just, it's my only regret working with him is that we didn't start working together 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, like I can't imagine what kind of catalog of metal we'd have by then, amassed by then, you know, like, but you know, it's one of those things where neither one of us is disillusioned with this either. No. We're grounded guys, man. You know, like, I think Wags is the best thrash metal singer, period. That's my opinion. And, you know, here's the thing. Right. People go, well, you're biased. He's your singer. No. I sought him out because of that. When he was singing for Shatter Messiah and Aaron decided to move on from the Rectify, I had to find a singer. And he made the short list right away, man. So, like, I've always thought that of Wags. It's not that I'm biased. I am blessed to have my favorite singer now fronting my band. That's fucking unbelievable. Like, I can't ask for more, man. So
we talked about that as well, I think, way back when. Like, if people want to go check that interview out, we did actually talk about when Wags was kind of just coming on board with Rectify and you had made that first album.
Well, I think the point I'm trying to make, Jay, is that I truly believe that I have the best metal singer in thrash. Like, that's it. That's it. I mean, and I thought that before he sang for Rectify. So I'm not saying it as a biased subjective opinion. It's 100% authentic when I say that. So I've been blessed, man, to be able to work with that guy. And why wouldn't I want to keep doing records with him? So just because the Rectify train was going to come to an end no matter what, well, I'm going to have to do that other record now because of the way we're going to do it backwards, releasing Hybridized first on our own. The goal now was to release we kept calling it a glam rock album, but the riffs are much more than that. It's kind of like a DOA Van Halen era type of riffing, like that, you know, or an early Wasp type of sound, like an 84, like the original Wasp, you know, not the 80s commercial stuff, but that's, you know, and Wags can do that as good as anyone too, not just the thrash stuff. So it'd be like a Steel Panther sort of template in terms of the sonicness of it. That's, you know what I mean? Like, not bubblegum glam, but Johnson glam.
Yeah. Oh my, and like Wags has those chops that he can do that. Like has an amazing range. I know he can't jump in here. We'll just keep blowing him up. But like
I
it
love that he
seems a
keeps
shame
on
just to
working.
kind of have him doing that one kind of style as well. Because as you said, he was one of your favorite vocalists, and to see him, he can go from these power metal high, vocals to these thrashy fucking delivery on his vocals as well, which is amazing to see. So it must be fun for you to kind of explore that a little bit as a songwriter and a musician.
Indeed.
Yeah, you got to get your tech guys to get them Wags all sorted out here, because I don't want to say too much and then have to go double back on.
Yeah, I know.
I'm hoping he'll play into some of what you're asking here. So
Rise of the Vigilante, that was the next one. So you're going to drop Hybridized sometime this year, but you got to wait before you can drop those two, eh?
I've already submitted them. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's it like? Kind of did you kind of like wish you kind of went down? Like I know because we spoke about this label thing a few to begin with, and best intentions, and then fucking kind of the way the state of the music industry. Sometimes it's probably you got to weigh up whether do you go with a label or do you go independent and kind of work up the pros and cons of that as well.
Well, the success, if you will, albeit on just a level of gaining notoriety.
Yeah.
But that the last Gutter Creek record, we've never had a Rectify album chart on anything. So like it's made, they've made top 20 lists of album of this and that for, but this is just blogger stuff. That's not really, it's it's all subjective. I get it, but there's not as much weight put into those, or merit put value put to those.
I know. I don't even bother doing them anymore. I always feel bad as a media guy. I'm like, what's my fucking opinion matter if this is my top 10 albums? But it's good for bands, I suppose, to see that and they kind of get into it. But you're right. Music is so subjective. Like your music, though, I've seen some of the posts and the comments and the love that you get for what you do as well. It goes above and beyond being able to, and I sold so many albums or I've done whatever. It's being able to reach the fans as well. And I was talking to Jim about this morning. You guys are musicians. It's like something in your soul that you have to get out. And I know for you, being such a creative and your life was so devoted to what you were doing before, it's something you've probably always wanted to get out. And I know we did talk about this probably in the first one, where it was like, I've had this part of me that I've always wanted to express, part of my soul and the music in me, and I just want to get it out and share it with people. I don't care if it's fucking reaching one person or 100 people. It's just something that I need to fucking get out of me. So the chance that you got to pick up that guitar and start creating music and kind of reaching people through the different messages and the different vehicles that you have with Rectify and with Gutter Creek, and also the guest stuff you're doing here and there, it must really kind of mean a lot to you as a musician and as a person to kind of finally start to create all of this. Yeah.
Well, it's like this for me, man. And yeah, everything you said is pretty much bang on accurate. And it's like this, if I can summarize it in my own words, it's this: the only reason the Rectify train is going to have a conclusion is because of that 10-year bound contract. I mean, if we get dropped by Massacre, then that would change again. But if we stay contractually bound, then I really can't. What's the point of continuously shelving records when you know what I mean? You have no control over that. Now, I never once ever thought that I would ever not be recording and writing music, though. That's never been considered either. So it's just gonna filter into some other avenue of music. I've got a basically an album of acoustic songs I've written now. The inspiration from that was like Days of the New, that type of stuff. Some Alice in Chains kind of vibes. Yeah, and then there's this thing Wags and I are working on, this kind of late 70s Van Halen / early 80s Wasp vibe musically, lyrics haven't been real conjured up for this yet, so I don't know what direction that's going to go, but it's not going to be anything like Rectify. Otherwise, what would be the point, right? So I think I'm hoping Wags actually entertains writing a lot more of the lyrics for this stuff. So excuse me, because we don't take any of this too seriously. We do this strictly out of our love and passion for music, and that's
Yes,
it.
sir.
And if nobody bought our stuff, we would continuously do this because we enjoy doing it. You know, I think I said it
Yeah.
once before. I say it half jokingly, but I don't golf, man. This is what I do. I play guitar. It's just it's the opposite, you know. This is the thing.
I don't, dude. I'm with you because you and I have shared so many conversations and so many riffs where we're like, you know, hey man, check this out. Hey man, check this out. Warts and all. And just riffing and be like, bro, what do you think of this? Bro, what do you think of this? I call that video gaming. Because it's like, hey man, do you want to play Street Fighter for a bit? That's how I feel about it. And it's like, hey man, plug in your guitar and be like, all right, here we go. I got this rhythm pattern. What would you do with it? Well, I want to follow you, and then maybe do like maybe a harmony. That's it's not about piecing together. Well, we need to write this next banger that's gonna decimate the world. Just write for your soul, dude. And
But your
right,
intention, but here's the thing. But your intention should be to make every song a banger. If
yes,
you hold on,
yes,
if you're marketing your music like we are, so there's an expectation that someone's going to buy it, then
yeah,
you really should feel that each song is worthy of being given that moniker of a banger. You know what I mean? You owe that to the person who's going to buy that record from you.
1,000%, boss.
Yeah. So
1,000%.
not disagreeing with you, just clarifying, like,
Oh no.
I am trying to write a banger every time. You know what I mean? To
Oh
conquer the
no.
world in someone's mind or
Wags is
someone
still
else
trying to
to
riff over him.
perceive it as such.
Indeed, no, and that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like you don't. Oh, I'm gonna create like. Well, we have this one song, and then 8 songs of filler. No, every song has a meaning. And I feel that with you guys. Like every damn song was like, I feel every riff, I feel every vocal and everything you do. And that's, oh my God, it's amazing, dude.
2 seconds while we work on Wags' audio. Let me just pause this, guys. We'll be right back.
My guitar.
There we
Here
go.
we
As we
go.
come back in, we finally have the smooth, sultry voice of Wags. Wags, my friend.
Man, I was ready to rip too.
I know, bro. I was
Dude,
watching you there and I was waiting
so
to hear
sorry.
it all. And I'm like,
Man.
man, this is ironic. We can't hear the vocalist. Like, man,
Right.
we got to get his smooth, sultry voice. It has
Man, I
been a
had
while.
such a killer. I had a killer funky riff I wanted to lay on you.
I know. We were talking you up at all, man. How have you been, Wags? What's been happening,
Oh, man,
mate?
everything's good. Everything's metalicious. Everything's delicious. Smoking weed, writing songs, having fun.
How's the
Getting ready
whole
for
Way,
some
dude.
Rectify to come out. And like Matt said, we can do whatever we want. We can put things together in a week. I can do an album in 3 days if I'm pressed.
But that almost
That's
also
it.
that
That's
must be
it. That's
good
and
for
that's
you.
listen. He's not listen. I got to throw in. That's not talk out his ass. He's being serious, man. What like
Yeah.
I tell you, like a song a day, and an actual arranged song is not an outmoded concept. You know, like and then with him and his Easy Drummer programming, he's really good with that stuff. Like we can literally throw stuff together at a high quality demo to almost to a point where it's quasi
Yeah,
mixed.
we're going to start
Yes,
trading
sir.
off riffs and getting a few things ironed out for this next project we're going to be working on.
That's exciting, dude.
Well,
But I let Matt spearhead this stuff because here's the deal. I've been doing this for 47 years. And I've been around the block a few times. And I don't mind letting a guy that's got a vision like he has. Why would I want to step in there and disrupt his vision? That's not the point. I'm a team player. I just come in and like the final piece to the puzzle. Wouldn't that be kind of how we'd sum that up?
Dude,
absolutely
his baby, but I help with some of the melodies and stuff, but that's his baby. Just like when I was in Shatter Messiah, Murphy wrote all the stuff and I sang it. I don't have a problem doing that, man. I don't have a problem doing that. He knows it.
And that's the beautiful thing. It's like you guys. It's like I have this part. I have this part. All right, man. Let's see where we go. And just go.
Hey, so all this music aside, you know what this comes down to is just ultimate respect for each other.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, Wags and I are.
Amen.
We're not gonna discuss politics here, but Wags and I are different. Our ideologies are different.
Yep.
We have different backgrounds. We're different countrymen, and yet at the end of the day, we get along like brothers, man. There's no. I don't think we've ever had I don't think we've ever had an argument. And the stuff we're making is like brutally angry, ferocious music, and it's not who we are as dudes. We're pretty laid back guys. You know, it's just a release. That's really all it is a release. It's a fantasy. Some guys write horror movies, man. We're writing the horrors of life through our music. That's what we're doing. We're bringing that to reality, you know, and I'm just so happy that I got Wags to do this with, because I'll tell you right now, if he wasn't around for this stuff, then there would never be another Rectify album without Wags. I'm not replacing that guy. They just can't do that. You know, it's like, where do you go from there? You know, I felt that way. It was funny because when Aaron bailed, I kind of felt that way, you know, at the time, because we'd had a great response in the Powers That Be album. It did really well for us.
Oh yeah,
great singer.
Awesome.
You know, I think it's still the best selling record we had, and that a lot of that had to do with that Punishment 18 records out of Italy. They're a really good label. You know, they had good distribution, so that helps, right? And anyways, but then when Wags he puts it best. He how does he say it? He goes, I just kind of turn the metal screw a little tighter. That's so true. It just gives us that next level of added aggression, and we don't forfeit the melody that Aaron brought. That's still part of the equation. We didn't turn into Slayer. You know what I mean?
And,
like, it's
right.
Yeah.
Here's my thing too.
Yeah.
I might not be as high as a singer. I used to be super high, but I can do some killer falsettos now. But where I lack in my super highs, I completely crush with my masculine, muscular mid range. Right?
Balls
with the razor blade.
Tinsel balls that don't clank like mine.
That line's unbelievable. That one there, I actually talked to myself about that damn line. That is too much, man.
But
you know what you was doing? Hey, here's what you was doing whenever that fucker got wrote right there, bro. Oh, yeah, buddy.
That's amazing.
Well, line, man.
Yeah, the lyrical stuff is so funny, and I remember the last record, the Rise of the Vigilante.
Yeah.
Juan says to me, he goes, you got to see this message I got from Wags. And I said, why? What is it? He goes, well, I will send it to you. He sends me a screenshot. He says something to the effect of, Matt's constantly fucking killing people in his music.
I said, man, it wouldn't be right if he wasn't. That's why his music sounds so fucking good, man.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I had a conversation with Morgan about that. And like, how far do you tap in? How far do you tap into the bad shit, if I may? And be like, okay, I want to start writing lyrics and riffs, but it's gonna really mess me up for about 2 months.
So, but what is the screenshot? What is the screenshot segment of what's going on around you at that time? I find that that's the driving force behind what themes are an album, lyrically and conceptually, at least for what we do. Because as fast as we make these records and churn out these fairly technical records, like it's not simple stuff. It's very difficult to play. You know, every album though is its own animal. Like Dissecting the Leech doesn't sound like Rise of the Vigilante, and Hybridized doesn't sound like those two. And the first one that him and I did, the World Enslaved, to me that sounds like so retro now, you know.
But that's a good. The more I listen to it, the more I like that record too.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah.
No, I was going to say too. Here's my analogy of all this. He is a younger me. I mean, I'm telling you, it's almost like destiny happened because just check it out. My lyrics are brutal too. Hill Stride Strangler, fucking the Killer Clowns.
BTK,
I write about. I mean, all that brutal shit. He's more of like governmental, but I have government songs that are nasty too. But I'm saying we're kind of the same, and he's more of a. Your riffs are like mine, but you're more of a hybrid grinder. I'm a little bit behind. I'm an old schooler. You got that. You got it, man. Did they know you play upside down, right?
Yeah.
Think about that, fellas. He plays upside down all that shit.
So I actually
it's amazing.
Maddie
goes upside down.
Maddie and I will talk about that. And I actually was looking at a guitar and a pedal he had, and I was like, yeah. I mean, I was looking at how he played, what he played. Now, for me, I like playing. One, I like to be a rhythm guitarist, but I like doing a lot of melody. And if I play more than 4 notes, that's too much. I like to keep it like very tight within the rhythm. And it was funny. He was like, "Dude, I got this." Maddie, what was that guitar? Yeah, I think he sold it.
I can't remember, man.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, I probably sold it. Yeah.
No, but it was gorgeous. Like, and I always trade riffs with him and be like, "Yo, what is this?" You know, looking for that appreciation. You know what I mean? But like, you guys have so many technical riffs, and then your vocal over top. It's like
icing on the cake.
Yes.
Well, how does that work between you guys as well, like Wags and Matt? I know kind of.
I mean, he pretty much has the vision and the ideas, and then he'll map it out, send me the video with him singing to it.
Yep.
And then I'll just work around it. Sometimes he's where I gotta straighten a few things up, but he understands. And there's times he has to straighten me up. Like, hey, bud, you know. So that's how you got to be able to take a rejection too, man.
But
Wags
that's cool.
Wags has probably got the ultimate comedy highlight reel of me singing all these stupid songs, like, because I give him my all. I have fun with it too, because I know he's laughing at it. So I have fun with it. But you must have a really good highlight reel there now, Wags.
Oh yeah. Hear my delay now.
Oh, dude, I like that.
Here's my rock.
Now
I'm ready for that 80s album.
So
I'm turning.
So that being said, guys, the World Enslaved did kind of release back in 2021, and it's been quite a few years kind of back and forth. There's going to be like
we put a lot of material out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. You guys must have a whole fucking bunch of material, and I have heard some stuff like that you have sent me, Matt, that just sounds unreal. You guys must be just super excited to kind of start getting this out, and I don't blame you for wanting to mix, but it's really good to see you guys being able to still stay motivated, because you both have various projects on the go with Gutter and then Wags with your solo
We're
project,
just two heavy metal physical specimens.
The tribute band, it must be good to have each other in each other's corner.
It's who we
as
are.
Well. Yeah.
There's nothing contrived about this. We are not trying to get famous or be rock stars or be a superficial, pompous douchebag that thinks you're more important than you are. We just love music. He hit the nail on the head. Fate brought us together to work together, and it's a magical conjunction musically, man. And we're on the same path.
Yeah.
Like we have the same passion for this shit. You know, we don't take ourselves too seriously,
and
we
maturity.
give it our all.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, and we give it 110%. When we do something, we know it's going to be quality based when him and I do it. So it's, yeah, man, we feed off each other. I'm really happy that we're doing this. I got to throw one thing out, and I'm gonna toot our horn on one thing here, man. These 3 records that we just did, I'm telling you, this is going to be a bold statement. I might even scare away fans when I say this. I got to be honest. We created our own holy trinity of music. The Dissecting the Leech, Rise of Vigilante, and Hybridized. I'm telling you, these 3 records are going to be very consistent back to back. You'll be hard pressed to find 3 albums back to back from any other catalog that's gonna match the quality of what we've done. I feel strongly about that.
Like them
I know
early
that's a bold
Metallica.
statement.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well,
any of them big bands. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Damn fucking straight, because you guys had only just started working together for the World Enslaved, and I was like, man, this next lot of material, people are just gonna flip when they start hearing this stuff as well. So now you've had these 4 years to work together, and then Hybridization's going to come out like, and as you said, it's the Holy Trinity almost. People are going to like flip, man. It's going to be Rectify, but it's kind of going to be
this isn't even
really
like
big
this
jump in evolution for you guys as well, and sound.
Yeah, it's like it's a next level of everything for us. Like the writing has improved so much, and that's me getting better as a writer with every record.
And on your solos got better from the first record.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, phenomenal. Like, I'm serious, and I'm just saying that's some really good, solid guitar playing coming from.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I love the grind.
You know what I love right now, and this means the world. The 2 of you guys, there's not like, well, I wrote this and I wrote this. Like to hear you guys be like, remember that time we had this riff, and this is what you did. This is what you did. That's what's so amazing about listening to you guys, and you can hear that in every record you've done.
We're experienced, and we've done it over and over and over and over
and over.
Sir. I've been on. I think it's number 48 as far as records. I'm on number 48.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
I've done 10. I've done 10.
And that's a
10
lot of
done
what
10.
he has done.
Okay.
I'm saying that's a lot of records he's pulled out in 10 years.
And then not to mention you got Hybridization. Do you have a date at all roughly when we can probably, are you able to say, mate? April, yeah, well, it's independent, so you guys are in charge. Oh, good shit, man. Looking forward to that.
I've already got, listen, man, I'm way, what's that?
Still going to be Knuckle Buster records?
Oh, yeah. Knuckle Dragger.
Nice.
Knuckle Dragger.
Have you got a website for that there, Matt, your label, or is that on Facebook? What's
No, it's one of those. I just trademarked it through Canada, like it's a licensed registered label, but it's more just for legal reasons. Just for ownership of the record and stuff like that, for distribution and stuff like that, for territorial.
I know what I wanted to ask you, Matt.
Yeah,
hey, me and Matt's been thinking about creating a radio song for your metal show.
Yeah,
that's right.
I've done it for a couple of dudes around the world. I think we should do one for you, and like that'd be your intro.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, I would love that,
dude.
We'll call it.
Let him do some keyboards and stuff. He says he likes to throw dark stuff in there. Let's all work on it,
dude.
Yeah, we'll call it Crank. That's going to be the track.
There you go. Yeah. All right, it's on, man.
That would be absolutely amazing. And it would be remiss of me to not talk about the solo stuff you have going on, Wags. I love all your music, mate. As you said, over 40 bloody albums you've worked on. If people have not checked out your body of work, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They need to get off of this interview and do this straight after.
Well,
what's going on, man?
And I don't know what their fucking problem is, but it's some good stuff. It's heavy. It's more... more old school, because I'm not like a super hybridized guitar player. I'm more old school from the 80s, but the songs are strong. They're catchy. I finally got a good mix on this last album.
Yep.
So, I mean, finally I'm getting some serious mixes. The other ones are weak and thin, and I know that. But you got to try to get your material out too. If you just sit here and play it over and over, I mean, you're going to go insane. You got to at least turn people onto it, right?
Yep.
I agree.
You know, and you gotta remember too that Wags is not a one trick pony. So like his music is not thrash metal. The stuff that he writes, like he's already said himself, he identifies it as an old school. It's full of substance. It's got
Classic.
balls that clank,
Yep.
but it's not thrash. It's more of a power metal, kind
Classic
of like
power.
a traditional Judas Priest on steroids kind of thing. And that's
remember, I don't have balls that clank.
I was
balls that don't
kind enough
like
as well
mine.
to send me over a few albums as well when I wasn't doing so good as well, which I really do appreciate that from both of you guys too.
Oh man, dude, it's just the metal journey. The metal journey.
What's that, Wags? What's that song you like? The new one, the Flake. The Flake.
Oh man, dude. Jesus Christ, Eddie. Yeah, that is brutal. How about that fast drop where you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I got this riff in my head that I've been working on. It's not really metal. I'm hoping to get it involved with him, but it's like, why's that white boy got that phone stuck inside his head? Why's that white boy got that phone stuck inside his head?
Yes.
What do you think of that fucking riff, man?
Well, I'm into it.
I was going to say,
let him play him, though. That's what I like.
Got that phone stuck inside his head.
We need to talk.
We could do a 3-part harmony
after this.
Where's that white boy got that phone stuck inside his head?
That's you. Oh, dude.
All right, anyhow.
That's the hardest thing too, though. Kind of finding a musician that you can. It's hard though, kind of finding a group of musicians that you can connect with, and you can have that mutual respect and friendship, especially the kind that you and Wags have. You know,
listen, this fucking music industry is full of scumbags, serpents, vipers, venom-spitting cretins, and just people that have no spine. And the tinsel balls that don't clank like mine.
At the end of the day, no one's making any real. If you can pay your fucking bills, good on you. But this isn't something we do to get rich. And at the end of the day, all we've got is our word and our respect and who we are as men,
loyalty,
and people. You know what I mean? Your word is your bond. If you say something to someone, that's the one. Loyalty. If you say something to someone, or you commit to something, it's like a family. You know what I mean? So you do. It is hard. So it's really great to see that you and Wags have been able to have this bond and this connection through the music that has been able to drive Rectify, but also what you do to out of that as well. It's unreal to see the way you guys keep each other motivated.
We want to give it up for you, all you guys that like deliver the metal for all of us bands. Yeah, we really want to give it up for you, man, because I'll tell you what, it's that important. Just like writing the songs, without you guys to spread the news, wouldn't be nothing, man.
Well, you guys know what it's like. It's like something you kind of have to bloody do. You know what I mean? Lift other people up. Like even when I was going through all that cancer shit, and like I interviewed Matt when I was going through all that last in 2023 as well. Geez, 2 fucking years since I was diagnosed. But you know, I was still wanting to lift other people up and bands and put other people ahead of myself and try and inspire other people, but also talk about the music and what it means to people like me to have musicians like you to be able to bring that music, that it does mean so much to people that you don't even realize all over the world. People like myself sitting in the room, being able to support the scene, lift guys like you up. But that also brings a lot of joy to myself as well.
Yeah. Remember, all of us together, we're forged by metal.
Damn straight, guys. We might leave it there, guys. I mean, we will have a chat later in the year, no doubt. I've got to get you guys back on again. Man. Wags, what have we got for you solo-wise this year? Do we have anything on the cards?
Buzzkiller. The title of the album is Forever Dead. Maybe I can work with Mr. Matt there and put it out on Knuckle Buster Records, and then I can just go with him and stay in the family. You know what I mean? I've got it all done. It's mastered. I just got to figure out how to get this thing moving. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
That's where I'm at. Concentrating on me and his little project here. But still, like I said, All you got to say is, "Hey, we're doing a Rectify album. I got 8 songs." It's like, we'll send them.
Yeah.
Let's
Love you,
do
Hey, I
brothers.
wanted to throw a plug out for Mr. Chris Poland here, who was so graceful to come back
All them guys.
And split all the guitar solos with me again on Hybridized. He did that with Rise of the Vigilante, and we became friends. We hung out for like a few days at NAMM there last year, and we got well acquainted, and we hit it off, man. Like, he's just a super chill guy.
A little cat on bass too.
Oh,
Austin.
yeah.
Oh
Man,
Austin's a brilliant bass player.
Ben Christensen,
He's incredible.
He did a good job on that one album.
No doubt.
Yes. Smoking bass player.
Really good musicians, man. Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
How about all the guitar players you had too? On that one album, man. You had the dude from
on
Heathen.
Dissecting.
What's the big band that had all the big
David
singers?
White. That's right. I wanted to talk about a couple of guest spots as well.
Hey, I got to run, guys.
Reagan.
Go ahead and keep on talking. All right, I got to go though, man.
Yeah, Wags. We'll chat later, mate. Thank you so very much, my friend. Everybody, go check out Wags. Cheers, brother.
All right, see you, Wags.
When this comes
out, take care, brother.
Cool.
Take care, brother.
And then we got Rectify.
That's what it's going to feel like later.
Then we got Rectify in April. Gutter Creek as well. What's going on there, Gutter Creek? I did want to touch on that, man, because you.
Thanks for asking, man. So
great guns.
The new Gutter Creek record, Alive and Well, is mixed, mastered, final. It's done. We were offered a record deal with 2 different labels, and I just decided to pass on both of them. And I'm going to maintain control of hold the reins, if you will, and just maintain control of the destiny of the band, and just hopefully just garner more attention off of what we did last time, and hopefully we can chart again. Like, there's been a substantial lineup change. I'm the only guy left from the original lineup, but it was always my songwriting anyway. It was always the songs it still sounds like Gutter Creek. It's just, if you could look at, like, okay, and I'm not comparing us to Van Halen, but let's be honest, you go from the Roth era to the Hagar era, and it's still Eddie Van Halen writing the music, right? It's still, it's the same songwriter. It's just it's got a different means to bring like a different vehicle now, but they're on the same road, if you will, So and it's going to be subjective as to who's better, who's preferred. It's going to be one of those things where what's more palatable to the listener. So Jeff Thorpe, most people know him as the guitar player from Vicious Rumors. He's the new singer for Gutter Creek. So I've known Jeff for many years now. And,
are you serious?
So when I go and stay with Juan at Juan's place, I see Jeff there all the time. So, like, they're like best friends, those two. So, Jeff and I have had a lot of discussion about music, a lot of discussion about songwriting in general. I'm a big Vicious Rumors nerd, fanboy, if you will. So it took me a while because I don't find like he gets enough credit for his songwriting ability. Like, Vicious Rumors, a lot of people can suggest that their early stuff maybe wasn't heavy enough for the heavy guys, but it was too heavy for the glam guys, and it kind of had its own thing. I just found they were an American power metal band to me. They kind of like predated Iced Earth and stuff, and they had their Judas Priest flair that they brought, but they had the best singer on the fucking planet at the time, Carl Albert, who proved to be to this day, one of the most irreplaceable voices, man. That's masterful. But anyway, it's a testament to the songwriting too, though. The vehicle that was provided for him. Because in Ruffians, it was great, but in Vicious Rumors, Carl just exploded like never before, on those songs. And that had to do with Jeff's writing, my opinion. So, but yeah.
And you worked with Jeff previously. Some people would know from your music, which I do as well. You did do that Run to You from we got you covered as well. I'm not sure if you checked that one out, Jim, but that was really cool. You got Stu Block and David on there, and Henning bass as well.
And he did a guest solo. We cut heads on the song Scumlord. Scumlord. We split the solos.
Yep.
Kind of like a KK and Glenn back and forth thing. It was a lot of fun. So, but I've had a connection with Jeff for, close to half a decade I guess. So I've always dug his vocals. We talked about this. When I heard him do that cover, that Kiss song, Strange Ways, on
yeah,
it was
yeah.
on it was the bonus track, I believe, on the Vicious Rumors album.
Yes.
Concussion Protocol, I think it was on. I hope
Yes.
I hope I'm right. But anyway, I thought that was the best vocal track on the album for me, you know? Like he just got that tone that I thought was great, and it just I thought would be appealing more to a North American audience, which I thought Gutter Creek was more suited for. I knew Rectify was more of a European vehicle because of the heaviness of it.
Gosh.
You know, and it's brutal. It's brutal thrash now. It's morphed into that. Like it's not even close to what it used to be. Like like the turning point is the World Enslaved, and this last few records are just brutal. They're horribly brutal, but they're still melodic in there. I don't know how we managed to do it, but we did, and I'm really proud of them. But back to the Gutter Creek, yeah, Jeff is now the singer officially, and
brilliant.
This album will come out probably around the same time, within about a month of Hybridized.
April,
the new Gutter Creek. The new
April,
Gutter
May.
Creek.
Awesome,
dude. That's like a Vesuvius amount of like, hey, we got this music, and wow. That's exciting, brother.
The weekend after Easter, I go in to track the 4th Gutter Creek album. Songs are done for that. So
nice.
Moving right along, man. And
holy cats.
Jeff will be as of today, Jeff will be the guy singing it. So the world, hopefully everything stays aligned. Nothing crazy in California there, and not too much displacement up north where he is. It's really bad down in LA area. So
heart goes out to all those people down there as well, struggling with the fires, and it's absolutely terrible. Matt, look, this has been an absolute bloody pleasure. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you, mate. You're welcome on any time you've got anything to talk about, mate. Everybody, please do go check out all the WAG stuff. As you mentioned, the Buzzkiller stuff's coming out later in the year. Get onto all the bloody Rectify stuff. Go buy it bloody all. April, May, the new album does drop for Rectify and for Gutter Creek. Any last words, shout outs, thank yous, anything else you want to put in there, my friend?
Top of my head, shout out to all the people that have passion and that continue to message us, and all your messages get responded to. It takes a day or two sometimes, but we shout back, and that's so enlightening to know that there's people that actually care and want this record, Dissecting the Leech, and they've been anticipating it for so long. And thank you so much, because with that sort of motivation, it continues to push us and persuade us to do better next time for those people. It's like I want them to be happy when they get it, and it's like, and if they are, wait till they hear the next one.
Exactly. And everybody message Massacre and go, give me them fucking Rectify albums, cunt, we're waiting. Cheers, mate.
Some dude actually went as far as to he emailed Massacre Records, and then he screenshotted the reply, and he says, I message your label, they tell me they don't know when this album come. I said, okay, thanks, dude, that's cool that you do that. Like,
yeah, right.
Hurry up and release it, or I'll come over and thong your cunts. Cheers, everyone. Grab some Rectify, Gutter Creek, Wags, all the stuff, put it in the stereo, crank it up really bloody loud. The neighbours going to want to hear it. Cheers.
Peace.
Oi, you're tuned in to Jai That Aussie Metal Guy, so make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of his sick content. And remember, stay brutal, you legend.